Steven Universe, whatever episodes they are. These episodes are like kind of strange to review together, but I'm gonna do it. First one we're gonna talk about is Say Uncle. This is probably one of the most infamous episodes of Steven Universe besides Rocknado. This episode's kind of funny too because this is a crossover between Uncle Grandpa, which was a very hated show, but I feel like now that it's been away for a while, people have kind of looked back more fondly on it, and there's a certain cult fan base for that show. But what I find funny is that apparently, what I understand, I don't know if this is completely true, but I imagine it is from what I understand. Rebecca Sugar and her team pushed for this crossover as an April Fool's prank, and not the Uncle Grandpa team, which is pretty funny. The humor in this episode is the funniest humor I've ever seen in the show, and just great jokes all around. Pearl freaking out. There's not really a plot. Uncle Grandpa tries to help Steven summon his shield. It's not canon. They make lots of jokes, very obviously pointing that out. So I think it's a very fun episode that I think is overhated because, like, who cares? Like, if you don't like this episode, don't watch it. It's like 11 minutes you don't have to watch. And then it's also like none of it matters, and they blatantly point that out to you during the episode. So, like, people freak out about this one, but, like, genuinely shut the fuck up because the episode's funny and it doesn't matter. So, I don't know. I really like this episode. I've always loved this one. Second episode is actually a great episode of the show, though. That is canon. This episode is about Steven. Listen to Greg tell the story of his boss, Marty. And basically is how Rose and him first met. So Greg was performing a concert on the beach, and he performs a great song in this episode. All the music in this episode is great, but the episode, starts with him performing this amazing sequence on the beach. Then he cuts to reality, and there's no one there but Rose. And Rose is clearly just fascinated by Greg as just kind of like a one-off thing because she thinks it's funny that this dude is gimmick is space when he clearly knows nothing about space because he's a human, and she recognizes that. But Greg is instantly fascinated by this person and wants to be with her, but Marty kind of decides to not really push him against that. He's clearly saying a bunch of misogynistic shit. He's a misogynist, but at the end of the day, Greg makes the decisions to stay at Beach City and be with Rose, and that was a choice he had to make for himself. And it's kind of funny because it really shows you how similar these characters are in retrospect, Rose and Greg, where they're both characters who left their home, and we find out in future about Greg's upbringing. But, these are both people that left their home to, be in a form of a rebellion. Literally, Rose's case, an actual rebellion, like a war rebellion. But in Greg's case, he rebelled and did all the things his parents didn't really want him to do. And rock music is also a form of rebellion. He went and chose that life. And in the end, they found peace and love and comfort in each other, and found where they needed to be in the end of all of it. But for a while, they were very directionless people. And maybe Rose still was up until the very end, honestly. But I think it's very interesting when you look at that. I think it's all well-realized, beautiful stuff that only makes this, knowing what we know now about these characters, looking back on these old episodes, so much stronger. So I love this episode. Let me know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe.